Good morning. Welcome to Wake Up Real Estate Thursday, Tech Tip Thursday. Ryan just told me in the green room, no social post today. He said we were going to skip it, but we're going to point it out because I guarantee, not a one of you has posted every single one that he's mentioned. So you can go back and find an old one and use that. And the only reason I'm pointing it out is because he said he has a tech tip and a good one, but we're not going to give it to you immediately because we got to build some suspense. I have heard some great things about yesterday's shows. I have not had a chance to listen to them yet. But if you missed them live, you should go back and check out the show you can find it at wakeup.realestate or on our YouTube channel. And you should also check out the mastermind replay, which we have now added a special section to the wakeup.realestate members area for those replays. It was Chris Durbin, all around good dude from all we can tell anyway, talking about Google local services ads. And that's something that has been, several folks requesting more information on, etc. And very selfishly, I want to dig into it because I've had some success with Google local services ads, but I can't get my phone to ring anymore. So maybe there's something in there that might help.
There is. Yeah, you'll learn some things about why the phone isn't ringing anymore.
Beautiful.
He definitely shared some good stuff. And then the replay of that is on the site. Look, I'm the thumbnail. The replay's on the site on the Mastermind Replays link on Wake Up Real Estate. And then, of course, the show, which we kind of introduced local service ads yesterday at this time. You can watch that on YouTube.
Also, I believe in the description, and if not, you can use the chat widget on the site, but I'm pretty sure in the description, there is a link to training content we have around setting up and optimizing your Google business listing, which you need for Google local services ads, and even the verification process and some of the initial steps for Google local services ads. Now, I will say a lot of that content is a year or 2 years old. It still is relevant, but the exact placement of certain buttons or things like that may have changed a little bit, but it will at least help you not be starting from scratch when it comes to that stuff. So I have a news item before we get into Ryan's tech tip. I saw yesterday that the rocket companies is shutting down what they call Rocket Pro Originate, which is their version of our RELO program at NEXA Mortgage. RELO being real estate loan officer, dual license. This Rocket Pro Originate was for real estate agents, insurance agents. I recorded a short about this morning, and I kept stumbling over insurance. For some reason, that is a word that I have to think through. Real estate agents, insurance agents, and financial pros, they're shutting it down as of March 29th. So anything after that, you can't get paid on. But if you're a part of that program, apparently you can still get on loans that are started prior to March 29th. I wasn't super familiar with this program, full transparency, but it gave me a good reason to make some content and let folks know about our dual license program. And I've been talking with a fair amount of folks. I'd say one to two new agents a week about this. It can be a wonderful way to increase your revenue without having to sell more homes. And Jordan and I did a deep dive on this 2 weeks ago, I believe. You can find the replay on the site or on our YouTube channel. It does require work. You do have to get licensed. It's not some magic pill, but for the right person or people, for the right teams, for the right independent brokers, it could be a great way to diversify your income and revenue still inside of real estate, right? We're not talking about a side hustle, unrelated. We're still doing, it's a great way to increase the revenue or the value of your database without, I don't know, selling something that's unrelated, or without doing some unrelated side gig. And for those that might be interested, you can also check out wakeup.realestate/relo, RELO. If you can't find the deep dive that I was referring to, just message on the use the chat widget at wakeup.realestate, or just message me direct. I'll send it to you. And if you're interested in exploring, I can get you more info on the steps needed to get licensed. In most cases, it is easier than getting a real estate license. Most. For example, in Pennsylvania, to get your real estate license, you have to do 75 hours of training class. For mortgage, it's 20. Okay, you still do have to pass a test. So there's that component. It's also a lot cheaper, generally speaking, than the overhead of being an agent. In other words, you don't have to pay like MLS fees and association fees and a bunch of stuff. There's very minimal or marginal ongoing overhead. So it's I think for many folks it can make a lot of sense. Brian, I see you playing around with something here. What do we got?
It's my tech tip.
Okay, let's go.
I'm sorry.
Oh boy, this is great.
So if you want to look more professional, I saw this the other day. I got an article about this, and I bought it. It was an impulse buy.
Why didn't you save this for April Fools?
I don't know. But if you want to look more professional, and you want to be in your car trolling people at traffic lights, you can get, and it comes with a USB-C adapter, or I think a regular jack, and you can talk on the phone with an old school handset. That's my tech tip for today, Josh.
It's rare that this show has gotten like way off the rails. Like I might not be able to compose myself for the rest of the episode. If you are listening on the podcast, on the audio only version, this won't make any sense to you. So you have to go check out the YouTube video replay. Can you get one with like the shoulder thing? You know what I mean? Like they used to have the old school, like where you could lean, it was easier where you wouldn't get like, have to go to the chiropractor because you were leaning.
I don't know, but it comes in a lot of cool different colors. I should have gotten a cooler color, but I read an article that like a bunch of millennial kids are using these. It's like a TikTok thing.
That's hilarious. Because there's no way any of my kids would have. They would be so confused if I started using that.
So, if you want to troll people, or it's worth the $26. I spent $27 on this thing. Just sit in your living room or sit in your office on this with your cell phone and just have a little fun.
This marries wonderfully with one of Ryan's oldest tricks in the book when it comes to video content, which is Ryan making video content where he's pretending to have a phone conversation. If nothing else, you can get one of those and use that.
Oh, I'm definitely going to use that today for some kind of video. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. That is,
that was my tech
tip.
I probably do have some other interesting stuff that I've been working on. Do you have anything else for Tech Tip Thursday?
Well, we sort of promised this idea, this one campaign blueprint, and I'll be totally transparent and honest here. I'm still figuring it out. I was supposed to have a strategy call with a guy on the team yesterday, but I had to reschedule that for the same reason that I wasn't able to be on here as well. And that will be tomorrow. And I'll have more context and ammunition. But what I can tell you is, from the campaigns that I've launched thus far, it's very promising and encouraging. And what I'll probably do is, and we'll do this live too, but I'm going to take one of the agents that we, Greg Unthank, he's an agent in my EXP org. He's in greater Cincinnati, Ohio area. He's got a very productive team in that market, and we help him with ads. And he has a campaign running right now that this would be a wonderful test for. And actually, he has multiple campaigns running right now, which is why I think this would make a great test. The idea is taking multiple campaigns and consolidating it into one for easier management, and also for just simplifying. Okay, so it's easier to manage, it simplifies things, and if you believe this Charlie guy, and again, I have no reason not to, you're actually like you're giving Facebook better and more data. And so for the same reason, it marries, at least on some degree, to the idea on Google pay-per-click. The more data you feed Google, the better it performs.
Yeah.
And one of his core tenets of this one campaign blueprint is when you spread things out over these many, many different campaigns, you confuse Facebook's algorithm and machine learning, whereas having it all under one umbrella. Now, some things that I'll clarify for those of you that listened earlier in the week and maybe were confused. I think I confused myself at times. The idea of the one campaign is it's one campaign per objective. So for example, if you want to run instant forms, lead ads, okay, which is a wonderful top of funnel activity, the idea would be you would have all of those under one campaign. And if you want to test or run different offers or concepts, that would be either a different ad set. So if it was a completely different offer or concept, that would be a different ad set, and maybe you test 1, 2, 3 ads, or it might be you have an ad set and it's the offer is related, but you want to test different copy. So again, as I educate myself further and we set up some of these tests for Greg, and we have 1 or 2 others that we might be able to as well, I'll be able to share more details and take it from being more abstract to more concrete for everyone in here. But just for Greg, for example, we have a campaign running where he's we have campaigns running to build his database around a hero rebate program he has. And so we have several different campaigns running. And in some of those cases, the ads are different or the target audience is different. And what I want to test is one campaign where we've got ad sets for the different areas or targets, and then taking the ad that we know is working and run that in those. So we'll break that down and make it more concrete for everyone here real soon. I don't want to, my guess is I will have a lot more clarity around the best way to structure this after my call tomorrow. And so I don't want to share something today that on Monday I have to be like, okay,
Yeah.
let's backtrack here. Alina asked, is the upsell worth buying? There were multiple upsells, so I'm not sure which one. I did buy one of them. I don't remember which one I bought.
Yeah, and maybe for everybody who doesn't know what you're talking about and wasn't on the other day, what's the product? You might as well just show it. It's not a big deal.
Yeah. Let me see here.
So it's campaign blueprint.
Onecampaignblueprint.com. Let me bring it up and then I'll share my screen.
Yeah. What we're talking about here, guys, is a different way to structure your Facebook campaigns, basically.
A simpler way, in theory, to structure them. A much less cumbersome way, in a way that. So here, I think here is potentially the biggest takeaway for local real estate ads is the driving down of the cost per lead.
Yeah.
Because the scaling up for many of you, if you're in, like, my area is a rural area. Scaling up massively to generate 100 leads a day in my local area just isn't very realistic. But one way I can increase efficiency is drive down the cost per lead for the same interested party. And that's something that I'm already seeing, where I'm actually lowering the budgets on one of my tests that I'm running, and my cost per lead is going down in conjunction with that, because Facebook is they're putting the ad in front of folks that are more likely to engage, because I'm squeezing the budget down, right? I'm forcing them, theoretically, I'm forcing the machine learning to do a better job. So
so that they can spend your money.
Yeah, exactly. So that yeah, exactly. So they want me to keep spending money. And so if that, if the costs keep going up, will have the opposite effect. People will get frustrated and give up. So wow, it says 11.20 today. $11.20. I think I paid $7.
Yeah, it was 7 the other day. He's charging
Yeah,
me.
he must be testing different things. But I got this front end offer. There was an order bump, and I bought one of the upsells. So I don't know, I spent like $150 or something like that. And then the members area just looks like this. He's got a Facebook group for the buyers. If this is, if Facebook ads are something that you're interested in and you'd like to build them yourself, I would say it's probably worth it. But if it's something you don't want to do yourself, maybe just wait and let us be the guinea pig, and we could build them out for you for a fee, or if you're part of our NEXA or EXP organizations, at no cost other than the cost of the ads.
So I have something. The motivated trick that we talk about sometimes, the motivated sellers, search your keywords kind of property list of the day to find motivated sellers.
Yes.
There's this article on Newsweek this morning. I sent it to my wife. She got very upset. She said it was awful journalism. But setting that aside, she ripped this article apart. But in this article, they're talking about the increase on Zillow of properties with remarks that have motivated in them as an indicator of where the market's going. So I didn't give you guys a social post of the day today, but if you want to go and do some sleuthing and go and check how many listings you have that say motivated, and you might be able to go look back historically to a month ago or to a year ago and use this as an indication of where the market's headed. I don't know.
I don't know. It's on our YouTube channel and it's on the site somewhere. I recorded a video. It was kind of in tandem with Jordan and I doing a mortgage info session on fixer-upper financing. I have Bright, where and how to add keywords to grab. Now you can do it in KV Core as well, and other CRM, but for this specifically, you might be better off doing it directly in your MLS. And
yes,
yeah.
And the Zillow, even if you use Zillow, you can use it for the content. You could just use Zillow, but your MLS is probably the best.
Yep. Andrew says, going back to the conversation about Facebook campaigns, I find when I add an ad set to an existing campaign, sometimes the new ad gets very limited distribution. I think, Andrew, and I'll confirm this, but I think that is, you can manipulate that, let's say, or have some control over that based upon one of the settings at the campaign level. Like there's a campaign budget optimization function. So we'll play around with that, but I think there's a way to force what's happening there is Facebook is deciding based upon some data, and it might be good or bad data, to put more of the traffic to the one ad set and ad. But there's a setting that you can turn on that forces it. Let's say you have a campaign that's $100 a day and you have 2 ad sets. You can force it to distribute that $100 evenly, which means those ads would then be shown evenly, so you can get actual like real data. You can see in a day or two's time, okay, which is the better performing ad. So I'll do some digging on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what's happening there. Is there's a setting turned on, and Facebook, whether good or bad, is deciding on its own where to put the emphasis behind. Ryan, for those that are curious, it looks like you pulled up Zillow so they can see how to check that out.
Yeah, you can filter here. So if your own website doesn't do it, I know how people feel about Zillow, but reality is everybody's on there searching, right? People who are working with us,
there are lots of great ways that we as agents can use Zillow to make money without paying them. This is one of them.
Yeah, so your property search of the day could be, here's a list of all the motivated seller properties in Pinellas County, and you can just pop the keyword in right there on their site. And come to think of it, who knows where the MLSs are going to go, right? But if we end up with a national MLS or something like that, or a Zillow type thing, providing links to Zillow's, it's not the worst. I'm going to make some people mad, but I don't see any harm in it, because your clients are still going to need you to guide them through the process.
It makes it even more imperative and relevant for you to have the relationship.
Yeah.
I have a client that texted this morning that I have set up on multiple MLS searches. And they texted me this morning with a screenshot of the property on Zillow. Can we see this property today or tomorrow? But they're asking me because I have the relationship with them. I've established the relationship with them, which is why they're coming to me. So we have a little bit of time. Let me quickly, for those that are curious, if you have Bright or whatever Bright runs on, I forget what it runs on, not Matrix, regardless, you have to add or remove fields, and hopefully I can find it here. It is remarks public, so you can put in phrases. Motivated, actually I don't even know that you have to put it in quotes. Motivated, comma, fixer, comma, estate, comma, probate. Let's see what comes up. I got 86 matches from that. So let's see. Motivated seller, right in the agent remarks, motivated seller, right in the public remarks. So that's a simple way that you can use your MLS for a similar function. And in that video, I give a list of, handyman, investor, even just the word special might be one that you put in there, or price drop or price reduction, something along those lines. Blasphemy, Ryan.
Blasphemy. Did somebody say that?
Blasphemous. No, I'm saying it. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. It's a Zillow link. I think it's the first time I've ever done that, but there's a picture of the filter with motivated and pointing to the listings.
We stayed talking long enough for Ryan to just go ahead and make a social post.
There's your social post of the day. Go grab my link off
Zillow. At the beginning, there was none.
Yep.
And Charlotte likes Ryan's coffee cup, which is just another reason for you to check out the video version of this. If the phone wasn't enough, that's another reason for you to check out the video.
I'm trying to get some more Twitch viewers.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so you should definitely check out some of the replays of the week. I'll mention again, check out Chris's, Ryan and Chris on the show in the morning. Check out the mastermind from yesterday. That can be a great way to get more bottom of funnel leads and clients, and is worth checking out for sure. If you're interested in the dual license program, or someone, maybe another agent or insurance agent or financial professional who was participating in the Rocket Pro Originate program. That's going away, but we'd love to chat about bringing you under our umbrella with our reload program. And you can check out more information. Ryan's got it pulled up here, wakeup.realestate/reload, or we've got a deep dive on that topic on our YouTube channel or at wakeup.realestate as well.
Gosh, you've had a typo. You've had a typo on this page for about a year. It's your fault.
No, I say coup.
Okay.
Coup. Coup.
It was my fault.
Tomorrow's follow-up Friday. It's March 2nd. Oh, so what I normally do with the first Friday of the month is record a little video about fun events happening in March. So that'll be my my email that I create and send out to my database, and I'll share that with those who are interested tomorrow. We'll probably have some other good follow-up talk, maybe some direct mail examples, follow-up direct mail examples as well. And if you need help or have anything in the meantime, 2 ways that you can support the show is number one, we'd love to help you or any of your clients with their financing needs. And number 2, check out justsold.info.
Oh,
yeah. Otherwise, we'll see everybody back tomorrow. Same bat channel, same bat station.